Hello everybody, my name is GamerAptYT, and today I'll be teaching you guys how to use the MakerPen. Alright, so pause the video if you need to, and let's begin. So, how do you use your MakerPen? Well, pull out your watch, cancel any invites, go to the home screen, go to Backpack, and then you see this here, the tools area, and you will be clicking MakerPen, which will appear in front of you. Or you can get it out, or you could do that, or you can pull out your emote wheel and pull it out there, or you could pull out your bag to grab your MakerPen too. So let's begin with let's begin looking at the MakerPen UI. Look at it, we have a ton of things going on here. So, I'm gonna cover everything here, alright? But I won't be covering the circuits. I'm not a circuiteer, I'm a builder. So, just to let you know about that. So, let's start off with the create tool. So, you have the create tool, and you're on the create menu, and now you have this big area here. But first up, let's say you want to build walls and stuff and not use these MakerPen room walls. So all I'm gonna do is click this palette here, and then you can select anything here if you want to like build some nice shapes around. So we want to build walls, and then you will have this cube here. Why is it so small? Well, you could go to your MakerPen, go to tools, and then you can scroll all the way down until you see snapping settings, which is only on grid. So now we go to snapping, you'll see that it's on grid. I recommend using grid when you are building. And if you're like on surface here, you see that's now changed here. It now does the rotation snap. So now you could do like some nice cube art. And then if you turn it off here, you won't see it no more, and as you can see, it is doing this weird formation here. So let's say now you want to scribble. So you could go over to palette, go to shapes, and then you will be on tubes, and then you see the tubes, and you're on grid, which does this here. Alright, and now you want to scribble. You go back to your tools, see snapping, you can turn that to surface, and now does this here. Now you can undo what you did there if you want to keep things clean too. Alright, now, since we're on tubes already, you can go to tools, and then you'll see the create tube settings. Where now in tube setting, you will see tube radius, tube height, and tube face sets. And you can turn on these settings here. You can turn on or off analog mode to like brush or raw. Or you can make your your tubes here extra large too. So like let's say you want to create a bush. Let's say you want to create a bush. You can go to your MakerPen and then turn tube radius and tube height all the way to 1. And then you have this here. So you can add a bush here, and then boom, you have yourself a lovely bush. Now for the create, so you have your cube here, go to grid, and then you realize it's still small. So you could do this, you can hunt it down, you can size it up if you want to. Or you can scroll down to snapping settings and turn your position to like let's go to 1 or 1 and then you realize that's not big. And since it's like that, you can see the way you're about to place it. So you could turn it. You could turn the rotate snap, which I will tell you about later on this tutorial video. But let's move on now. So let's say you want to create a prop, right? Let's say you want to create a prop, and you don't want to use these shapes and stuff. So you could go over, look at your MakerPen UI, go to palette, and then click props. Here will be next to swatches and next to inventions too, in between. So you can spawn stuff that's creative, decor, dynamic, furniture, kitchen, or sports, toys, or even weapons. So you can spawn anything from basketballs to bar stools, and you can make games using that too. And now that's everything you need to know about the create tool. So now let's move on to select. So this is the select option. So let's say you want to move a ton of things to another place. So for example, you have a ton of bar stools here, and you want to move them there. You can. So let's say you want to move everything here, but if you move it normally one by one, it would take longer. So then I introduce you to the select tool, where you can select everything here, and you can move it to the other side, and you can also and if you select everything, and you can see this purple circle here, you can select it, and then you can see align, make invention, and copy. Make invention will be later on in this video, but if you click align, it will show all of this here, which which change the position of this. So like if you do it like that, it will if you click that, it will make it do this. So let's say you want to have more, but you don't want to do it a long time. So let's say you want to copy it to the time, like this here. It will take a bunch of it will waste some of your time. So you can select it, you can select some of it here, and you can click copy, and then you will have this here, which will spawn more. And yeah, that's the select tool. And you can paste recent here too. And that's everything you need to know about the select tool. Now let's move on. So now time for the connect tool. So this is the connect tool here. So let's say you want to spawn a nice button with a holotar. So first up, you're going to search up the button. You're going to spawn the button, and then you can have, let's say, a holotar. So I'm going to spawn a holotar. I'm going to spawn a holotar here. I'm going to click this big red button, and I'm just going to do a random thing here. Hello. And then you can save it, and then you can go to your tools, go to connect, and then you can hover your connect tool over the green that says play, and you can connect it to the red here, which is when button is pressed. If you that's how you use the connect button, and you can press this here, which will activate this. Now moving on to the next tool. So the next tool is the configure tool. So the configure tool. So I'm gonna spawn something that requires configuring. So first you spawn your item. You click configure. You configure it. You click on it, and it will pull up this here, basketball, which has a ton of things here. So, like the tool settings, you can hide this during a game is on. The respawn tool is where you can select the delay where it will despawn, and it will use the default effects, and it will respawn too. So I'm gonna set it to 1.98 seconds. So let's say I throw it over there, and then boom, it will despawn here. See? Boom. And moving on. And then we have the create key option, which I will tell you in another tutorial video. And tags here, you can create your own tag here. So let's say I'm gonna call this tag ball. Ball, and then boom, I will now have to tag a ball, which is can be part of circuits too. So now we have navigation. This is navmash, which is where you spawn AI, like the goblins from Golden Trophy. So like generate, it could be ignored or it can be blocked by the navmash. Now here we have the basic interaction, which is row filter enable, and is it grabbable? If you turn off that grabbable, you can see it's not grabbable no more. But you can still hit it though. And let me go back, configure it, and if you turn that on, you can see the orange, you can see the green hovering over it, and that's where you can grab it. So back to configuration. Next we have the screen mode. So this is for screen mode player. You can pick which hand it can hold it with. And since it's the ball, you cannot make it climbable. But it does, but if you turn on some support wall run, support climbing or clambering teleport, and if you turn on frozen, you can see that if I hover it, it is locked. And back to configuration, you can see, and room contributor lock will be in another tutorial video too. And last but not least, the color. You can change the color of the ball if you want to. Which let's go with hydrangea, this color here. Or let's say you want to go like your favorite color, blue. Then blue, you have a blue ball. And now that's everything you need to know about the configure button. Thank you, ball. Alright, so now the transform tool can do everything. It can move, rotate, scale. Okay, but as you can see here, it has this big circle around it with these tiny circles here. So you can scale it. You can scale it with these squares here, or you can rotate it this way, or you can rotate it with the gray circle here. See, or you can move it. You can move it around with the green circle around it, and you guys can see these arrows here too. These arrows can move around too, so it has the same functions too. So the transform button got these stuff here too. Got the transform tool settings, the rotate tool settings, and the scale tool setting. And the same snapping settings here too. And now the move tool has the same thing. You can move it. You can bring it. The red will move it forward and backwards. The blue one will bring it left and right to left, and the green one will bring it up and down. And these little squares here, this one can you can move it right or left or up and down, but you can't move it forward. So you want to put on the wall here. So you want to move to the wall here, but you decide to do this, which would take a ton of time. So you could use the red square here to move it. So that's the move tool for you. The rotate tool, you can rotate it left to right, up and down, or left or right. And you can also rotate it with the gray here, where you can hold it, and now it will do this here. Next is the scale tool. The scale tool, you can scale it up to a big ball too if you want to, or you can use this blue arrow to like scale it this way here, or this arrow to, or this square to scale it this way here, or you can scale it top to bottom, or to front, or to back, or you can scale it with the gray square. It will just size it up like that, and the scaling place is like where you like hold it down and then you can scale it, and now you can grab your MakerPen again, and now we can move on to clone and flip. So in clone and flip, let's say you want to have a ton more basketballs. Well, you see here we have this green one here, the blue one, the blue arrow, the red arrow, and the gray square. So let's say you want to copy and paste it, let's say over there. So if you do it manually, you will have way more basketballs. Which let's say you don't want that. So you can hold it down and then it will copy it for you, and then you can move it over here. So it's like the moving arrows. You can scale it this way, you can scale it this way, or you could scale it this way, or you can scale it with the gray arrow here, or the gray square. And has the repeat clone function and the center, snap to center, position, snap. And now the recolor tool. It has these the recolor tool settings, which we have color material here. So right now I have the color orange, which will make it look like a normal ball here. So let's say you want to recolor it, and let's say you want to go with the color Terra Verte. You could do that, and now you have this kind of ball here. It will be recolored. And now you see material here. So I'm gonna draw a wall here. For example, go to the you can go to your tools palette, go to shapes, draw cube, and go back to tools, and then recolor, and then let's say you want to change the material of the color. You could go with like dirt here, which will make it look like this here, and it has some other materials. So let's say you want to go with neon. You can go to your MakerPen, go to material, recolor, material, scroll all the way down, so click neon, and now you have this beautiful color here. And that's the recolor tool, or if you want to, you can save this color as a new swatch here, which if you want to, you can click save new swatch, and then you can click save, and you can click go to swatch here, and your color will be here. And the size here is the size, how big you want the material to be. So let's say you want to go with particle board, and then looks like this, and you don't like it that small, or it's too big, so you could scale it like that, and you have this. But let's say you want it to be larger, you can scale it up to 5,000, and then you will have something like this here. Ta-da! And now that's it for the recolor tool. So now let's move on to the freezing tool. So let's say your ball is being annoying here. You could freeze it in place here. As you can see here, it's not doing anything. You can't push it anywhere, and it doesn't do anything else. So then and then let's say your wall accidentally moved. You could click the undo button, go to your palette, and then click freeze. And now, if you use your MakerPen, you can see it says sandbox wall is frozen. And if you want to unfreeze it, you can select the freeze tool and unfreeze it, which is now unfrozen now. Now, same with the wall here. Unfreeze it, you're able to move it. Move it. Now, the freeze tool has the same snapping tool. Next is the make invention tool, actually. So if you click on the make invention tool, you can see this here, this purple tablet here, which you could grab both of these sides here, like a tablet. Then it says select the objects you want to be part of your invention. So let's say you want to select this ball as your invention. It says object selected 1. So then you click next here. You can name it. Right now I'm gonna leave it like that there. And then now it will say you need a photo of it. So I'm gonna take a photo of it. And then it says creating, and now it says successfully saved. Now you're on your invention details. You can name it, add description, and it has the tags here. So if you click select, if you click setup, invention setup, you can see that other people can edit, save, or use only here. Or you could delete it or update your invention. And you could click publish. It would tell you the things. Make sure it passes the the code of conduct. You can name it, name the invention, name the description, and add up to 5 tags here. And if you have RecRoom Plus, you can add inventions. You can make them cost some money. And then let's say you want to click next, and it says this here. So we clicked on that, and now enable lock or pick up a key or list in store, which I won't publish it because this is not an invention. I want to be in a store, and that's the make invention tool for you. Next is the manipulate button, the manipulate tool, which is a helpful tool you can use when you are building a room. Let's say like a PvP room. So with the manipulate tool, you can select this here, select this beautiful green box. You can go to your MakerPen, and you can see the snapping settings here will be useful when you're manipulating. So your position snap is like that, and so it expands like this here, which is not what you want. So you could go to your MakerPen, go to position snap here in the snapping settings. You could turn that to, like, let's say 5. You can see that the outline of it is now smaller, and now it is skinnier. And now there's some more stuff here, like show grid, which if you turn that off, it won't show the grid no more, which you could turn back on. And last but not least, you have the delete tool, which you don't like this, you can get rid of it. And last but not least, let's say you want to use the edit tool here. You can click the edit tool, you can select it, and now it says done and edit, which means you are editing this here too. And if you let go of it, it says done editing, and you see here it's moving all together. So you can go to your edit, click this here, and then you can select a part of it, and then you can click select split shapes here, which you do that, it is now separated, as you can see here. That's the MakerPen tools for you. And now on this side, so I will be now looking at the at this side here. we have, if you scroll all the way down, you can see general settings and circuit debugging. So the circuits and debugging tab is part of the circuits, which I won't be covering in my tutorial videos. But if you scroll all the way down, you see general settings here. It says show all settings here, which shows all the settings. And show pivoted point is this here. That's the pivoted point. And we have show components when not holding MakerPen. Component is that there. These are the circuits here, which you could grab. And if you turn that off, you won't be able to see them here. Now back to your MakerPen. If you click turn on MakerPen, tap to open MakerPen, you can see that this green box here appears. If you click on your MakerPen, see, so I'm looking at it, you can see that it's not opening. So if you touch it, it opens. Which it's kind of annoying. So if I were you, you could turn that off. So if you don't want to rotate while you're moving here, you could turn this on here. Or if you want to, you could delete everything here that you don't like at all. And so that's everything you need to know about the MakerPen and the MakerPen new UI. So make sure to I hope you enjoyed this tutorial video, and I'll be doing another tutorial video. I hope you find this tutorial very helpful while you're building, and I'll see you guys in another tutorial I do. So anyways, have a good RecRoom day.